because I got some
How y'all doing, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Everybody's in tow. I'm here, as you can see. I got my man OG Zoe with me, of course. And today I got Kilo Figueroa with us. He's here with us, and we're gonna talk a little bit about one issue in particular. But first of all, how y'all guys doing?
I'm all right. How about you?
Man, I'm good. I'm good, man. I want to get the proceedings started, but first of all, I want to ask y'all before we do. Did y'all hear about the Cardi B and Offset thing with the check? Giving him a check for his birthday.
Nuh-uh.
Oh yeah,
Nah,
no,
I didn't hear that.
yeah, no. She apparently gave him a $2 million check for his birthday. And
I might have heard it. I don't recall it being a check, though. I think motherfucker just said she gave him $2 million.
Yeah, no, it was but she gave him $2 million. I thought that was crazy. It's like they married, ain't they? That's their money. Like why?
Right.
That was you're handling your business, go do you. No.
No, I don't know why. Like, why is she giving Offset, this $2 million? I don't know. Is he like eating the booty like groceries like crazy? I don't know what he doing, But I could do that if there's any starlet out there that want to like give out like $2 million checks. Any starlet, any actress, songstress, all that. You can come holler at Roscoe. I'm right here. But let's go ahead and get the show started. Today we're actually here because there's been a running thing on the internet that's been going around for the last couple of days, where JAYZ, he has put out a statement on social media saying basically that there isn't a person that could stand toe to toe with him in the verses, and it's caused a lot of stir. It's got a lot of people talking. And so I just wanted to get y'all thoughts basically on how y'all felt about that whole situation. Who do y'all think could possibly stand on stage with them? That all this type of stuff we're gonna get into. But I'm gonna go ahead and give my man Kilo Figueroa the flow because he's new here to the stage. So Kilo. In your estimation, when you hear JAYZ saying that there's nobody out there that can stand that can face him in the verses or stand on the stage with him in the verses, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that's a very bold ass statement. First and foremost,
right?
I can think of 10 people that can go up on stage with him, but it all depends on your viewpoint of how you want to go about it. Like, I'm trying to think how to say this. Like, what are we comparing? Are we doing hits? Are we doing how long you've been in the game and hits, lyrics?
Right.
How much time? I guess I said that already, but yeah, it's that. Like, if you going off hits, I'm gonna say Drake first and foremost.
Yeah. No,
we're talking about OGs, Lil Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I'm gonna pass it back to you, man.
Okay. What about you, Zoe? What you think about that?
I mean, like you said, it's a bold statement. Yeah, I don't know. That's like you said. It's kind of like he just feels like he's untouchable. But I mean, you could just throw the virtual Tupac on there and it just end all everything. I mean, for real, because he wouldn't even have had a spot if it wasn't for them to fall. So you could put Biggie on there. You could put Nas. Nas could play Ether.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a bold statement. Could be more of a publicity stunt. Just
maybe he's finna drop a project.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Just to get the ears.
That's what I think. That's my thought. It just seemed wild because I think that JAYZ is a lot more tactical and smarter than to just throw out a statement like this, at least without thinking that somebody's going to challenge it, which is.
Oh, he knew people were going to challenge it. That's why he put it out there too, because it kills two birds with one stone.
Yeah. But no, I do think that there's a ton of people that you could throw on stage against Jay-Z if we're just talking hit for hit. I think Kilo hit it on the head, bringing up like the Drakes of the world,
Right.
the Waynes of the world, because these are all guys, Kanye, guys who've had eras in hip hop, and I think those are the type of guys that you would have to match up with Jay-Z if you're talking hit for hit. But
shit, you could put his wife up there with.
You said his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been seeing a lot. I've been seeing some of that on social media. Some people suggested that like he can't even win the verses in his own house.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it matters what you're looking at, though. If you're looking at lyrics, if you're looking at the hits, if you're looking at what people have as anthems, you could go a lot of different ways with it, man. And
Yeah,
I mean, definitely. He didn't even win the first battle with Nas, to me. So maybe this is his try to get back. I don't know.
I definitely say Kanye would be a great. I would love to see that Kanye versus Jay-Z.
That would be nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because even at least, but to my knowledge, before Jay-Z put this statement out, Future was saying something about, or had put a statement out saying that, basically the paraphrase, that the streets was more in tune with him, or he being more in tune with the streets than Jay-Z was, and I mean, statements like that only got me to thinking about just Jay-Z's overall impact, and if he's maybe kind of putting some other elements in there besides just the music when he's gauging himself in this argument, So, I really think that like both of y'all said, it is quite a statement to just put out there and say that you're the best when throughout time, or at least the history of hip hop, there's been more than a few guys who are able to hold their own on the stage. Jay-Z, even given the fact that he has a lot of these hits, he's not even really like the greatest stage performer in my estimation. So I don't know. I guess it just depends on what we going with.
I want to know where he was going with. Like, what did he mean by that?
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. When that day comes. Again, social media is throwing all these options out there to let you know that this guy's kind of off his rocker, and I'm a Jay-Z fan. Like I rock with him. I could see a lot of his and that's the thing. Jay-Z is for him to think this. He's thinking just the scope of a lot of his songs, because like for me, like a lot of his songs are like really, really big songs to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
They mean a lot in different arenas. He has some songs that are like very big mainstream, some songs that are very big to the underground crowd. So you got all these divisions where these different crowds are looking at your music differently. So I don't know. It's just a crazy argument, But y'all can go ahead if y'all got anything y'all want to throw in as far as that. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean it's it's kind of a bold statement, like we said before. It matters exactly how Kilo was saying it. How it matters how he's seeing it, how he's coming out from it.
Right.
Because everybody's going to take their own judgment, and he might want to just let the people decide. and then while we're waiting for him to tell us what we're supposed to be deciding. So, I mean, it basically goes off of every verses. I mean, how do you it's independently from anybody who's watching it, how they see that who won and who not, who
Let
lost.
me
Because
let me ask you this: Do you think that Eminem? Because I know you talked about that a while ago. Do you think that Eminem is a fair comparison or somebody that could stand on stage with him?
well, I mean, yeah, actually, I definitely do. But I mean, he ripped him on his own beat with Renegade, so
Hmm.
it's kind of the same. Yeah, I do. Eminem is way more lyrical, especially now with the shit that he's been releasing. Uh, I don't know. It matters what you see and how you're seeing it. If you're going towards lyrics, if you're going off of hits, if you're going
Right.
off of the longevity of it all, because there's so many different aspects you could look at it as. It literally is like how I think he needs to clarify, like what does this mean? Because yeah, because he's not. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say he's the most lyrical, but he's pretty lyrical.
Yeah. No, I think that it's fair to say, I guess, that Eminem is probably a tad. I guess it's kind of apples and oranges to me a little bit because
Which,
Jay-Z is
yeah, because
very
Jay-Z, well,
he
Jay-Z
very
bit a
lyrical.
lot too.
Yeah.
Jay-Z bites a lot.
Mm, I see.
He has been known to bite a lot.
Yeah, that well, people have said that. I always looked at it as him paying homage,
Right.
to these guys as opposed to just straight biting lyrics. But that's just my thought on it. But
Yeah.
what about you, Kilo, as far as uh Eminem or anybody else that you think that could stand on the stage with this guy?
Well, as far as Eminem versus Jay-Z, like I feel like these are two entirely different types of dudes as far as rapping goes. Like I don't know if I could compare the two. I mean, the other people we said earlier, they're entirely different, but Eminem is like he has a whole different audience than Jay-Z does.
Yeah.
When you listen to Eminem, you listen to like lyrics. I guess you listening to that with Jay-Z too, but like Eminem has way more metaphors and all these other things. And Jay-Z is like, he talking about wealth. He talking about business.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as other artists against Jay, it's like still stuck on what does he mean by that? Like, what kind of verses is this?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. No, I get it. Me, I think that if because I'm thinking of the versus setting, and I just don't, I couldn't see myself, I couldn't see Eminem surviving in that realm just because the audiences that are there for the verses is
Right.
more times than not.
But if he was involved in the verses, though, his fans would be there. His fans would be out in the crowd too.
I suppose. I just think that
I do. They are two different people, but I'm saying it's. I mean, because Eminem do have songs that go hard. Like it's not like he does do his little commercial shit, just like everybody else does their. But I get what he's saying, and that was the best way to say it. Is that he's more lyrical and metaphors, whereas he's more talking about money and wealth and so forth. Like that, yeah. That so you can't kind of compare it, but that's what you would compare. You could compare the two if you went off hit.
Yeah.
Because then it'd be like, who had the more hits?
I think it's more like if the fans were fans of both, then it would be a fair versus. So I'd say a better versus would be like Kanye versus Jay-Z, because you can't be a fan of one without the other.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think in terms of anything on some real shit, man, I just think it's really hard to say that there's a number one or a best at anything when when you got so many factors that could go into that type of stuff. So to say that for him to even say that, yeah, I agree with Kilo's first assessment on, you know, this being some kind of maybe publicity stunt or something, because maybe a project is coming out or something. Who knows?
I definitely think that's what he meant.
Yeah.
Otherwise, man, put Tupac up there.
Right. You know. But I guess my final thing that I would have to say about that is when it's all said and done, there are people who can actually stand on stage with them. Like I said earlier, some of these rappers who have had their eras, they be able to definitely rock out hit for hit against him. You know, the Kanye could do it, Drake could do it. I actually, you know, as much as I hate to say this because I'm not a Drake fan really, but I think Drake would get JAYZ if we just talking hits, because damn near everybody except me like Drake.
You don't mess with Drake?
I'm just not a big. I just haven't like fallen into that whole Drake thing. Like I do acknowledge that he's a huge talent and all this. Like I never take away from any of these guys, whether I like them or I don't like them. I try to assess, you know, and be unbiased in those assessments. But yeah, no, Drake ain't somebody that I really like rocked with like that. But I do think that, and well, I know that he's had like a major amount of hits, and a vast amount of those hits have been very, very big.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not to take away from what JAYZ has done, you know, with his career, but I don't think any of us have seen like a run that like what Drake is having. I don't think any of us have seen something like that. So I think maybe Drake is probably the guy. You know, I know a lot of people are saying that Weezy or Kanye, but really like Kanye is probably one of them guys too. But yeah, Drake could get him.
But it's like, who can you put up against Drake?
Well, it gotta be JAYZ or Kanye.
You saying that those are Drake's only competitions as far as hits?
I think so. You know, you maybe you throw Weezy in there, maybe, you know, but yeah, it has to be like somebody with at least a long enough career, you know what I mean, to be able to stand up like that. But yeah, to not only the longevity, but just like, I mean, big hits. Big hits. I ain't talking about just like, yo, you know, this one went gold and you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, like, no, I'm talking about like anthems. You know, so out of all of those guys that I named, I think these are all anthem, you know what I mean, and longevity type of dudes. So yeah, it would have to be these type of dudes. So I think that's pretty much who I would throw in the ring, basically. You know, but yeah, any final thoughts from either one of y'all before we close this out?
No, not really, man. I think it's a bold statement. I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, honestly, it threw me off a little bit.
Yeah. No, I think it threw everybody for a loop, but I like the confidence though. You know, that's the one thing that I've always enjoyed about JAYZ is, you know, he has this high, he has a very high outlook on himself, very high esteem, and yeah, that's something that you got to have in hip hop, I guess. You know, very competitive. So if you don't think you're the best, who will?
Right.
You know,
that is true.
Come over to You Made Roscoe on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. We like putting out this this kind of commentary for you, and commentary on some other stuff. We do all this stuff. So yeah, come like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, go over to You Made Roscoe on Facebook, And we post videos there as well too. So with that being said, arrivederci.